Not all the time. Sharanam. First we sing only second time.
First time is Saranam Namaste.
Anyata
Second, when we repeat,
Sharanam Namaste.
so when we repeat, we will
Yeah. Okay. Okay, the last one. Timira Vidadi Shahina.
Atmasya papana. Is that the scale? तिमिरावृतादिशाहीना आत्मास्य पापनाशिनी बहुजनहिताय वाणी तव शाश्वत सत्यप्रकाशिनी अध्यं समर्पयामि अन्तं समर्पयामि तव पाद पद्मे माता सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम हृदयं समर्पयामि प्राणं समर्पयामि तव पाद पद्मे माता सर्वं समर्पयामि अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम त्वमेव शरणं मम त्वमेव शरणं मम.
अभी एक बार फिर कर ले.
Okay.
One more.
Stop.
One more, then it's finalized.
No, first Ganesha, then this one. Let's see.
Huh?
Till people come.
But it's four already.
Already live?
Ah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's start. Let's try. Pranamya Shirsa Devam.
We go live. So maybe we all start.
They can
Never
listen.
mind.
They can
Yeah.
listen to music.
They can listen to music. Yeah.
Meditations are 4, right?
We start at 4. Yeah. Let's one time. Like in the beginning. We can start meditation also and then sing one time.
Yeah, see.
Where is the music? Oh, here. Okay, let's sing one time. Please open in the group of Bhajan group. I said, Pranam Yashirsha.
There are duplicate. You can join and sing here. Come.
We do slow now.
शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावशं स्मरे नित्यम् आयुष्कामात्रसिद्धये प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकम्
Tadam 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 tadadadadam bam.
प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदं तं द्वितीयकं
प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयकं तृतीयं कृष्णपिङ्गाक्षं गजावक्त्रं चतुर्थकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं. Never mind.
गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं
Da-da-da-da-dum bum. Padam 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 padadadadam bum. Dum da 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 da.
लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं च षष्ठमं विकटमेव च लम्बोदरं पञ्चमं च षष्ठमं विकटमेव च सप्तमं विघ्नराजेन्द्रं धूम्रवर्णं तथाष्टमं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं.
Da-da-da-da-dum bum. Ta-dum 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 ta-da-da-da-dum bum.
नवमं बालचन्द्रं च
दशमं तु विनायकं नवमं बालचन्द्रं च दशमं तु विनायकम्
एकदशं गणपतिं द्वादशं तु गजाननं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं स्मरे नित्यम् आयुष्मात्रसिद्धये प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं प्रणम्य शिरसा देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकम्.
कौन राजेश वॉलंटियर
No, no, I'm okay. It's just like a mantra and a little bit of meditation, little bit talk. Oh, it's quite long, maybe 1 hour, so we can enjoy. We can enjoy, right? Yeah, there is a little bit of English, and then okay, okay, yeah.
While we while we set up the video, can we all switch off our mobile phone and then please get settled down for the meditation?
Times have done.
Hello.
So the modern times have brought.
Hello ขอให้ทุกคนช่วยปิดโทรศัพท์นะคะ แล้วก็เตรียมสำหรับที่เราจะนั่งสมาธิ
We'll all bow down to Sri Mataji and take collective bandhan.
ขอให้เราทำบันดันนะคะแล้วก็ก้มลง
Let us all put our both hands on the Mother Earth and try to feel inside ourselves. Try to go into silence.
เอามือทั้งสองข้างนะคะวางบนธาตุดินบนพื้น
we'll say Sri Ganesha mantra once. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Ganesha Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let us all pray to Sri Ganesha. O Ganesha, please guide us through this meditation today. Please bless us with purity, chastity, innocence, and please give us the sense of direction.
ขอให้คุณแม่โปรดประทานความบริสุทธิ์แก่จักราที่หนึ่ง
Let us now take our left hand on our lap and right hand is still on the Mother Earth. We'll clear our left side.
มือซ้ายอยู่บนตักนะคะมือขวาวางข้างตัวไปที่พระแม่ธรณีค่ะ
Mother, by your divine grace, let all the negativities, all the imbalances, and all the impure desire of our left side be absorbed into the Mother Earth.
ขอให้ความต้องการที่ไม่บริสุทธิ์ของเราได้ซึมซับลงไปที่พระแม่ธรณีนะคะ
We say the mantra of Sri Mahalakshmi Sakshat, Sri Bhairavnath Sakshat.
มนตราของศรีมหาลักษมีศรีไบรวะมหากาลี
Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Mahakali Sakshat Sri Bhairavnath Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. We can also pray, Mother, please awaken the power of pure desire within us.
คุณแม่โปรดกระตุ้นพลังแห่งความเพียรดีไซน์พลังแห่งความมี ความปรารถนาที่บริสุทธิ์ในตัวข้าพเจ้า
Let us now clear our right side. Left hand towards the sky, right hand on our lap.
ตอนนี้เราจะเคลียร์ฝั่งขวานะคะมือซ้ายชี้ไปบนอากาศมือขวาก็ทิ้งลงข้างตัว
Attention on our right side and Sahasrara. We just pray to Shumataji. Mother, by your divine grace, let all the impurities of our right side, all the impure actions of our right side, all the hate, all the ego, let all of them be absorbed into the ether element, Mother.
วางสติไว้ที่สาสาระแล้วก็การเคลียร์ฝั่งขวาขอให้คุณแม่ช่วยเคลียร์ความร้อนอีโก้ซูเปอร์อีโก้ negativities ในฝั่งขวา
While putting our attention, try to feel the flow of vibrations from our hand. So we pray here, we say the mantra of Sri Mahasaraswati Sakshat, Sri Hanuman Sakshat.
มันตราสีมหาสรสวตีแล้วก็สีหนุมานา
Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Mahasaraswati Sakshat Sri Hanuman Sakshat Sri Adishakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother, please awaken the power of pure action within us.
คุณแม่ขอประทานการกระทำที่บริสุทธิ์ให้แก่ลูกด้วย
Let us put both hands on our lap.
เอามือทั้งสองข้างวางบนตักนะคะ
Take our attention to our heart with the right hand on our heart.
เอามือข้างขวาวางไว้ที่หัวใจ วางสติไว้ที่จักราหัวใจ
Let us take the affirmation. Mother, by your divine grace, I am the pure spirit.
คุณแม่ ลูกเป็นจิตวิญญาณที่บริสุทธิ์เท่านั้น
Mother, please take away all the clouds, all the negativities that is covering my spirit. And please make me feel, make me understand, make me know that I am the pure spirit, Mother.
คุณแม่พวกเราเป็นจิตวิญญาณที่บริสุทธิ์เท่านั้น ขอได้คุณแม่ได้โปรดนำพาสิ่งที่ไม่บริสุทธิ์ทั้งหลายในจักราหัวใจออกไปจากตัวพวกเราด้วย
Let us slowly move our attention to our Agya. Put our right hand on the forehead.
เอามือขวาวางบนจักราอักยานะคะอักนิยะ
Here again, we take the affirmations. Mother, by your grace, I forgive everyone and I forgive my own self.
แม่ข้าพเจ้าให้อภัยทุกคนแล้วก็ให้อภัยตนเอง
Mother, please take away all my thoughts and please give me thoughtless awareness.
คุณแม่ขอให้ข้าพเจ้าเข้าสู่ภาวะไร้ความคิด ขอให้คุณแม่นำพาความคิดทั้งหลายออกจากตัวข้าพเจ้า
Let us say the mantra of Sri Mahat Ahankara Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Mahat Ahankara Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Deve Namo Namaha. Let us also say the mantra of Nirvichar Sakshat. Om Tvameva Sakshat Sri Nirvichar Sakshat Sri Adi Shakti Mataji Sri Nirmala Deve We'll slowly take our attention on top of our head with our hand on the top. Let's just massage our head slowly clockwise 7 times.
นำสติมาที่จักราที่7นะคะสหสราระแล้วก็ใช้มือนวดที่จักราที่7
At Sahasrara, let's take the affirmation. Mother, by your divine grace, I am the bliss. I am the Brahma. Aham Brahmasi.
Say again.
Mother, please let us feel the deep silence of our Brahmarandra, of our Sahasrara. Please put us into deep meditation, Mother.
พยายามรู้สึกถึงความเงียบที่อยู่ข้างในลึกๆนะคะแล้วก็เข้าสู่ความเงียบอันนั้น
Let us slowly raise our hand from Sahasrara, put it down on the lap. With our attention on Sahasrara, let's go into deep silent meditation for a while.
อาจจะยกมือออกจากจักราที่7แล้วก็วางบนตักแล้วก็พยายามเข้าสู่ความเงียบของการนั่งสมาธิ
Using our right hand, let's raise our Kundalini from Muladhara to Sahasrara slowly for 7 times, and again put our focus back on Sahasrara. Again get into meditation for a while.
เราใช้มือกวาดนะคะยกพลังกุณดาลินีขึ้นตามช่องกลางขึ้นไปถึงสาสาระแล้วก็พยายามวางสมาธิไว้ที่จักราสาสาระ7 ครั้ง
This time let's put our attention little bit above Sahasrara and try to stay there in thoughtlessness.
วางสติไว้ที่เหนือบริเวณจักราที่7นะคะสาสาระแล้วก็พยายามให้สติอยู่ตรงนั้น
Let's continue to keep our attention on Sahasrara and watch Sri Mataji's talk.
เดี๋ยวเราจะดูวิดีโอคุณแม่นะคะในระหว่างที่ดูก็ขอให้เอาสติไว้ที่จักราที่7ที่สาสาระด้วย
Last night was a night of complete darkness. That they call it as a mouse. And just now only the first phase of the moon has started. Today we are here to celebrate the day when Sahasrara was opened out. Also, you have seen in the photograph, it was actually a photograph of my brain which showed how the Sahasrara was opened out. The light of now could be photographed. Something great these modern times have done. So the modern times have brought a lot of things which can prove the existence of the divine. Also, it can prove about me. It can convince you what I am. This is very important because in the modern times, this advent has to be recognized, has to be fully recognized. This is one of the conditions for all the Sahajogis. Now let's see what's happening in the modern times, in the brains of the people. In the brains of the people today, if you see, there is an attack on the Sahasrara. There has been an attack since long, but in the modern times is the worst time. That they are trying to make the limbic area very insensitive. Very depressive novels, very depressive thoughts, and very depressive music, you can say like Greek tragedy nonsense. All these things came from the medieval period, till we should say this new age has started. That one itself was no good for our limbic area. That made us very depressive. We took to alcoholism to escape from the so-called miseries. But then came this modern age, in which people became overactive. Overactivity started. With that, the brain also became overactive. In addition to the dullness before, it's gone to the other extreme of overactivity. So to dull it, again, they took to drugs. They took to very horrible music. That's how they made this limbic area very, very insensitive. So a drug which was just a stimulus to begin with was to be taken in greater quantity. Later on, they had to take the drugs which were of a much more severe nature. Went on like that, and now we know that this drug is the only way people think they can survive. Why? Because of the tension they talk of. In the modern times, we have something called tensions. It was never there before. People never talked of their tensions. Now everybody says, I'm in a tension. You give me attention. What is this tension? It is because of my advent. The limbic area wants to know about me. And the Kundalini also, as Sahaja is increasing, is trying to rise in people. Because you become the channels. Wherever you go, you generate vibrations, and these vibrations give a challenge to the Kundalini or a message. And in various people it rises. It may not rise up to the Sahasrara, or it may even rise up to Sahasrara, but it falls back because there's no recognition. So every time they do something, this Kundalini comes up and gives them a pressure because their Sahasrara is not open. It's a closed door. Because of the closed door, this gives them a kind of a pressure in the head, which they don't understand, and they call it as tension. Actually, the Kundalini is trying to push it out itself, but it cannot. And those also who get their realization, if they do not make their Sahasrara all right, they go on getting into tensions. So though Sahasrara has been opened out so many years back, still we have some things to be done, is to clear out our Sahasrara first of all. So first is the breaking of the Sahasrara. Then, one, it opened out, the Brahmarandra opened out. Then we started feeling the grace, and it moved onto our Ida and Pingala, the grace, not the Kundalini. And the grace, which is Chaitanya all round, swooped down our left and right side, by which our chakras opened more, and more threads of the Kundalini started piercing through. So I always tell Sahajogis that it's important that you must meditate. If your Sahasrara is all right, all your chakras will be all right. Because as you know that the pithas, or the controlling centers of all these chakras, are in the brain, around the limbic area. So if your Sahasrara is clear, everything works out in a very different way. How to keep the Sahasrara all right is the big problem always people ask me. You know that I reside in the Sahasrara. I've incarnated on the lotus of 1,000 petals. That's why I could break it also. As I am today, as you see me, of course, they say Sahasrare Mahamaya. So this is the illusion which is all the time there for you, which is very elusive. It had to be that way because you could not have faced me otherwise with all the lights coming out of me, or the way you saw yesterday, Sahasrara, some sort of a abstract colors thrown on all sides and the lights thrown outside. Please don't take photograph when I'm speaking, all right? You can take later on. There's no hurry about it. Just pay attention to my lecture. Please pay attention. It's important. It is to be told beforehand that nobody should take photographs during puja, because it is a very intense thing. One has to work it out. Please pay attention. Even if you don't understand, it has effect on you. So I would request you to pay full attention to me when I'm talking. It works better. Now this Sahasrara is to be looked after by you. It's the temple of your mother. When you say you put me in the heart, actually you put me in the Sahasrara. Because, as you know, the Brahmarandra here, is the fontanel bone area, has got the Pitha, the center, which controls the heart, which is the seat of the Sadashiva, or you can say of Shiva. So when you put me in the heart, actually you put me there. So to raise it from heart to there, or to bring it from there to the heart, is the problem of two types of people. Some people who are sensitive in their heart, I would say in Europe we can say Italians are very sensitive on their heart. The first thing they do as soon as they see me, they put their hands to their heart. And that is what it is, that if you try to feel me in your heart to begin with, it's much easier. To feel me in your heart. Now you might say how to do it. You have to love me as I love you. You have to love each one of yourselves because you are all within me. And you cannot teach someone how to love. Love is within. And love manifests if just you open your heart. Now what stops it? We should examine that. Firstly, the conditioning. In the West, see, to express your love is regarded sinful, actually. It takes them time to say, I love you. But I hate you, even a child would go on saying, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. But to hate someone is sinful. To anyone, to hate is sinful. So to say that I hate you is a sinful act. So what one has to do is to say, go on saying, I love you. After all, you must love a person who is so dear to you. Anyone who has done something good for you, you love that person. But if the Adi Shakti herself has given you the rebirth, it should be the easiest thing to love. And if she says that they are all within my body, so should be even easier to love each other. So the whole cleansing of the Sahasrara is done through this love. This love which is not conditioned, which is not inhibited, which doesn't want any respite, which doesn't want any return, nirvaj. But the conditionings are too much. First, the problem of conditioning comes to you when you think that this condition makes me hate someone, or I cannot love someone because this is the condition. But actually, the conditioning itself is so absurd if you see it one by one. To make it simple, I would like you to understand the conditioning part, where I read once an article, interesting one, who killed the romance? So he said that the hairdressers. I was wondering, how is he connecting romance with the hairdressers? Because people used to go to a hairdresser, and one, say, hairdressing was liked by a person. So he would say that, I love that hairdressing. Now supposing his fiancée or his wife wore another type of hairdressing, because every day new things are, then immediately the husband would say, oh, I hate you because of your hairdressing. Because he loves one type of hairdress, that's why he loves. Otherwise, if you have another hairdress, you hate it. I don't like it. To say that I don't like it and I like it itself is a sign that the conditioning is too much. You make a proper hairdress and you dress up properly and you come out, and then suddenly people say, oh, I hate it. Who are you? What right we have got to say that to anyone? You are not a judge appointed by any law courts. So why do we say? To hurt someone, to say, I hate it. On the contrary, you must say that, all right, I like this, but you could do better. That's the sign of love, where you want a person to be dressed up in a way that is appealing. But this is on a very, very baser level we see people. Then we go further to see a person, how intelligent he is, how smart he is, how charismatic he is, how charming, that's another word which is very elusive, is. These are also kind of conditionings of the mind, that you think that a particular style of a person is a lovable person, that you love that person. It's so much outside. Or some people actually do not love, but show their love because somebody has more money. And the money he is not going to part with, no doubt. But you love that person because he has more money. Or he has a better car, or he is better dressed, whatever it is. So this kind of a idea one has also is a killer of love. If love is killed, joy is lost. You cannot have joy without love. I say joy and love both are just the same. Then it gets even subtler and subtler and subtler. Then we start say, loving our own children. That's very common. I mean, of course, also some people don't even love their children. I mean, there are all kinds. See. But then they go on, this is my child, this is my child, this is my child. That's again is the death of love. As I told you before, the sap of the tree rises, goes to every fruit, goes to every leaf, goes to every part, and comes back. It's not attached. If you are attached to one part or to one flower because it is more beautiful, then the tree will die and the flower will also die. So that's the death of the love. So you have to have love which doesn't get entangled or attached. Every time I tell like this, they say how to do it. The love of the spirit is of that kind. Love of conditioned mind is different. A conditioned mind can love in a limited way because it is conditioned. Then the greatest enemy of love is ego within us, which is like a balloon on top of our head. And this ego gives us a very big tension. The conditioning, of course, like they see, say, for example, they see a carpet. No, it is according to their conditioning is not good. So they say, oh, what a carpet it is, or something. This kind of conditioning of very low level. And the higher level at the most is that you love your own country. So my country is the best. Whether it is killing people, whether it is destroying the world peace, it's all right because I belong to a particular country. This is the best. We can never criticize our country and countrymen. It goes on subtler and subtler, but on the intelligence side, it is even worse. Because intelligently, if you have understood that something is good, then nobody can save you. Because through your brain, you have understood. Actually, it is very surprising. I was reading the book written by Rabindranath Tagore. And an Englishman had given a very beautiful preface to that, an introduction. And he said that the creativity is killed in the West. So he asked a gentleman who was an Indian critic. He said, don't you criticize your poets? You don't have people who are critics? Yes, we have. They criticize. So what do they criticize? Oh, they can criticize that this time there was no rain, so we had problems and things. He said, no. We are thinking about the poet. Do they criticize the poet? Do they criticize an artist? So say, is it meant for criticism? It is created. Whatever he felt is created, but supposing he has put something very vulgar, then of course we don't like it. But if it is created by a beautiful mind, has to be beautiful, then you don't criticize. He says, no, because we cannot create like that. So what business have we got to create? This is how intelligently what we have done. We have norms about everything, about art, about every creation. We don't like this carpet. Why? Because it doesn't appeal to our intellectual understanding of the norms we have reached. And in that frame, it doesn't fit in, so we don't like it. Can you even create 1 inch of that. So this ego gives you an unauthorized action. It is unauthorized, anadhikar cheshta, unauthorized. You have no authority to criticize. You can't do anything. So why should you criticize? Better appreciate and see for yourself that you are not in authority, you are not worthy of it to criticize. If you are not worthy of it, why should you criticize anything? And otherwise, also you must know you are a slave of your ego. Whatever your ego dictates and your intelligence, so-called intelligence, brings you to a point, to some norm. And then it becomes a collective ego of a particular community, of a particular country, of a particular ideologies. It's collective. So then they say, oh, we think this is no art. That is the reason we cannot have masters anymore in art. We can't have Rembrandt, we can't. Poor Rembrandt must have himself suffered a lot. You know, Gauguin suffered a lot. All these artists suffered a lot. Even Michelangelo suffered a lot. Not only monetarily, but otherwise. Criticize. So I think people have given up. I met an artist who had done lots of artwork. I said, why don't you show me? He said, no, I don't want to show, it's created for myself. I said, I would like to see. I saw it was beautiful, very beautiful. I said, why don't you show? He said, no use, people will just criticize. I do it for my own pleasure. They'll just spoil the whole joy of my creation. So one of the basic things we should avoid is to criticize others. Better to criticize yourself. Criticize yourself, criticize your brothers and sisters, criticize your country, criticize all the habits you have and laugh at yourself is the best way. If you know how to laugh at yourself, then you will not object or will not stand in the way of any creativity of another person. So with ego, you become so unauthorized. You can criticize anything, which you have a right. Who has given you this right to criticize is the question one should ask to oneself. How can we criticize anyone? As saints, as you are now, of course, you can make out who is caught up, who has given bad vibrations, who has the problem. You know that. You know it. It's not conditioning. It's not just you are doing because there's some ego, but you are feeling it on your fingertips. It's an actual feeling within you. It's the bodha by which you know. Then what should you do? In your love, you have to tell the person, if possible, that this is wrong with you, better be corrected. But in a way that he does it. On the contrary, if you tell him in a way that he becomes even worse than what it is, you have not loved that person at all. Allow everybody to grow. There are many people in Sahaja Yoga who are very, very good, excellent, no doubt. But also there are some people whom we can call as very difficult, very. There's sort of a crack in their head or something. That part is missing sometimes. Some screws are loose, I think. Sometimes they behave like clowns. We have known some people, just can't help them. They could be very intelligent otherwise. They could be very sharp otherwise. But in Sahaja Yoga, they cannot come down to that level where you can see now the growth is possible. Supposing the Mother Earth was very hot like sun, there would have been no growth. Or it was cold like moon, there would have been no growth. It had to come to the center where it had both the things in proper proportions to grow. In the same way, a human being has to work out that you keep a moderation and a balance and understand not to go to extremes of anything. That balance you learn when you love someone. In Sahaja Yoga, as you know, that we have to ask some people to leave Sahaja. This is out of love for them. Because once they go out, they improve. I have seen them tremendously improve. But when they are inside the Sahaja Yoga community, they become a nuisance, and they want to be more nuisance because their ego plays the part, maybe the conditioning plays the part, whatever it is. They want to be a nuisance. So we have to ask them that please now depart for a while. Now if that nuisance value is lost in a person, then he has to be straightforward. He cannot be any more a nuisance. And logically, it can appeal to a person if you tell that person that this is the reason why we want you to be out. But they can be very disgustingly troublesome, I know that. But you have to show complete patience and complete understanding, and you must talk like a person who loves. Love has such a power that nobody wants to do something that will suggest that they don't love. Very powerful thing it is. It binds people in such a beautiful manner that one wants to do something. For example, you want to give me flower because you know I love flowers. So you want to give me flower to suggest that, Mother, we love you. See, just to such, I know you love me, but you just want to sort of reinforce it, the thought in me. So you want to give me a flower to show your love, an expression of your inner feeling for me. So all these material things can be used to express your love. They can be very easily expressed in such a manner that another person knows what is love. But the whole power of Sahasrara is love. So, you should see that this brain has to love. Brain has to love. After now verifying the powers of Sahaja Yoga, through your brain and intelligence, if you reach a point where you understand that no, it's no use analyzing, synthesizing, doing all these things. It's just love, a simple love. So the same Sahasrara which has been used before, this brain, for analyzing, for criticizing, for doing all kinds of nonsensical things, now wants to laugh and enjoy the love. And there is the culmination, where the brain just loves. That is the situation one has to reach. It just loves. It knows only love because it has seen the power of love. You reach a certain logical conclusion, and then you see the point. Like Adi Shankara wrote so many things like Viveka Chudamani, this, that, and all those treatises, and then he gives them. He said, no, nothing. He just writes the praise of the mother, finished. So once you reach that point We can say now you are in nirvikalpa because there is no vikalpa, there is no doubt in your head. Because you love. In love you don't doubt. No question. Only when you think you doubt, but when you love you don't doubt. You just love because you enjoy love. And that's why love is joy and joy is love. So after so many days, the Sahasrara has been opened out. We have to open out our Sahasrara again through our meditative processes, through understanding ourselves and others. Maybe logically reaching that point. There's no way out now. We have reached to the end of it now. The whole logic has ended up now. Jump in the ocean of love. Finished. Once you jump in the ocean of love, there's nothing to be done. Just to be enjoyed. Every wave of it, every hue of it, every touch of it. That is what one has to learn by reasoning that Sahaja is nothing but is love. May God bless you. Today is a unique combination of Mother's Day in
Let us all continue to meditate for a while with our attention on Sahasrara. Let's go to deep silence.
เราจะนั่งสมาธิต่อนะคะแล้วก็วางสติไว้ที่ศาสนาระ
Let us all thank Sri Mataji from our heart for this beautiful blessing of a collective meditation and for teaching us how to love again and keep our sahasrara open. Thank you, Mother. Thank you so much for all your blessings. Jai Shri Mataji. We'll raise our Kundalini, take collective pandan.
ขอให้พวกเราขอบพระคุณคุณแม่จากใจนะคะที่คุณแม่ได้สอนเราเกี่ยวกับเรื่องความรักในวันนี้ในเทปแล้วก็ยกพลังยกทำบันดัน
Maybe we can exchange vibrations.
จะยกเกียรติอาจจะแลกเปลี่ยนพลังกันนะคะ
Okay, with this we'll close out today's meditation for people online. Thank you, Jai Shri Mataji.
สำหรับออนไลน์นะคะโปรแกรมก็จะสิ้นสุดลงตรงนี้นะคะอยากจะเรียนสำหรับผู้ที่ติดตามออนไลน์โปรแกรมวันอาทิตย์นะคะก็เราเปลี่ยนเวลาเลื่อนลงมาเป็น4 โมงต่อไปนี้นะคะเมื่อก่อนนี้เคยเป็น3 โมงใช่ไหมคะแล้วก็สำหรับคนใหม่ก็เป็น5 โมงใช่ไหมวันเสาร์นะคะก็ขอให้ทุกท่านอย่าลืมรับทราบการเปลี่ยนแปลงเวลาด้วยนะคะ